I'm Joanna Simpson here at Risk Minds International in London. Joining me now is Carolina Thomaz, Chief Risk Officer at Itaú Private Bank Zurich. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, Joanna.
And you've actually changed companies recently. Just tell me a little bit about where you are now.
Of course, I'm in Zurich. I'm still in Zurich at Itaú Private Bank. I joined in July this year. And Itaú Private Bank is part of a financial conglomerate. Itaú Unibanco is the largest financial conglomerate in South America, with business related to retail clients, corporate clients, investment banking, private banking, amongst other business, and with presences in around 18 countries. Yes, I'm back to Itaú. I worked at Itaú before for 6 years, and I'm back since July.
Fantastic, well done. And just tell me a bit about what exciting opportunities has digital transformation enabled in the risk function?
Of course, maybe within the organization, Itaú implemented digital transformation. Started back to 2018, trying to replace many systems and processes within the bank, and more than that, trying to change the mindset within North Hemisphere business. Itaú has a private bank business in Brazil, Miami and Zurich, and in order to streamline even better the process in the North Hemisphere, Itaú started this journey since 2018 when I was part as a stream leader in this project. The biggest, I would say, one of the major opportunities in the digitalization is to bring efficiency to the organization. And efficiency, I can even mention that efficiency is interlinked with risk mitigation, because when you try to achieve efficiency and you finally achieve efficiency, you can cut some unnecessary actions, paths, stakeholders from your process. And it means that you try to do what you need to do in a better way, in an efficient way, and in doing so, you ensure that the actions, the steps, the controls in place, they are more effective. It's not like having many steps that many stakeholders are involved, and at the end, you don't see a real ownership. Efficiency brings ownership, consequentially brings the mitigation of certain risks.
And what do you think is key to successful digitalization? And how can organizations and individuals be aided in this?
First of all, we work with the organizations, and we, in the digitalization journey, we review processes by means of implementing new tools, digital tools, to enhance, to enrich, to turn processes more efficient, but we work with people. Meaning that, in my view, one of the top priorities is to invest in change management, talk to people, mention the reason why you are going in this direction. I think people work much better when they know why they're doing something right, why the company is going in this direction, and what will be the benefits in the future if we adopt the digitalization, for example. Another major benefit now from a risk management perspective is to shift from a detective mindset in terms of let's have some indicator that if something goes wrong, we can detect that the control environment within an organization is deteriorating. To shift from this mindset to a more preventive mindset, leveraging on certain KRIs, key risk indicators, to give the senior management real-time, if possible, analysis of the health of certain process, so that senior management and managers can act accordingly.
And digitalization brings both opportunities as well as risks. Would you please outline some of those?
Of course, Joanna. Maybe two risks. I'm going to start first with third-party management, because when you bring new tools to your company, you bring vendors, correct? And your processes needs to rely on third parties per processes. And this needs to be embedded and in line with your risk appetite. For example, when a third party is onboarded within a bank, we need to take into consideration certain risks. Data processing related risks. Where is your data is going to be processed? In which country? Under which circumstances? Who is going to have access to your data, because system needs to be maintained by a third party? What is the incident management procedure within this organization, the vendor that you're bringing to your company? Because at the end, you're going to run your processes, but you be dependent on this third party. It means that their actions, processes, controls, and standards needs to be aligned with the ones from your company. This is one, I would say, third-party management, it's more risk. The second one I have indirectly mentioned, data processing, because it's paramount to have such an assessment from a data point of view conduct before you take a decision related to a third party. You need to check, for example, as I mentioned previously, where is the data being processed, who can access this data, what are controls in place, for example, if we have data encryption available, and the information security standards need to be taken into consideration as well. Escalation path incident management, for example, it's very, very much important when, in my case, we are in Switzerland. We have data protection and data-related regulations that we need to comply with. Even if this vendor is in another country, I need to receive information regarding, for example, a data breach in a timely manner, so that we can assess internally and take a decision if further communication needs to be performed. This is just an example of in my view, a health vendor management procedure.
And looking at 2024, are there any technologies or events that you see potential in?
Yes, artificial intelligence, maybe other speakers mentioned the same to you, but it's something that is revamping the way that we are looking at our business. I went to a very interesting presentation on Tuesday on the topic that the lady mentioned, how you can leverage on artificial intelligence in order to have, for example, something that would be done in 1,000 years, you can do it in 1 year. I think we need to leverage more artificial intelligence in the sense of having a meaningful KRIs within a bank. And for this, you need to understand, you need to have the holistic picture of your business and adopting something that is meaningful for the business, following the principle of proportionality, for example. Consider your business, your size, your clients, for example, where the clients are residing or client segment, and leverage on KRIs. And of course, risk management or second line of defense, broadly speaking, compliance or information security, they're going to continue to perform certain assessments, deep dives on certain areas. However, having the availability of KRIs brings a lot of added value to our company, because you can identify in real time if your control environment is not anymore the same, or in terms of design, because it needs to be adapted to new business, or in terms of or effectiveness, if your controls are not being executed the way that they should be.
Carolina Thomaz from Itaú, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, Joanna.